There's 0 people.
They'll come.
They're coming.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So you got a mail piece in the mail, and it has a little electronic device in it. You couldn't resist opening up the package. Who would resist, right? What is this thing? And it's an Etch-a-Sketch, basically, kind of gift. And around the outside, it says something like, go to hex.com, go to pulsechain.com, free coins, get rich, that kind of stuff. And that's how you ended up on this video. And Crypto Stylist and I are going to walk you through some basic stuff about crypto and PulseChain and who it was that sent you that package in the mail.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Crypto Stylist. It's good to see everybody. Good evening. My side of the world is good evening. Banana is starting his weekend, and I'm in the middle of mine, just, trying to hang on and hoping it doesn't end. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the founder of Hex and PLS and PLSX and Inc. tokens. His name is Richard Hart. And he has been in crypto in the space, very active and vocal, has done many live streams for a long time. He's considered a thought leader. And he really represents the real reasons why crypto was invented. And that's for decentralization, for the freedom of speech, for the freedom to transact, and privacy. So he's a very controversial figure. So if you were to look him up, there are people who maybe find his outrage marketing and some of his tactics to maybe not be to their liking, but that's really not the point. The whole point is to get eyeballs on what he's doing and what he's talking about. So I've actually had the pleasure of meeting the man, and I've spent a good amount of time with him because I have a fashion background. It was through fashion and just some styling and shopping that we did together. And I can say that he is a really amazing human being that I totally trust him. And I think that he really is out to try to make the world better and to really revolutionize the financial system. And I think that it's really worth taking a look at his projects and what he's doing. Just on another note, his first project, Hex, which is his first token that he released, did a 10,000x. And so based on that, the success of that, he has launched a fork of Ethereum. So he forked Ethereum. It's a layer 1, and that's called PulseChain. And Pulse is the native token on PulseChain. And Richard Hart has been quoted to say that PulseChain is designed to do the same thing that Ethereum did. And Ethereum from top to bottom has done a 14,000x. So not financial advice. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know, but it is designed to make aggressive gains. So yes. That's the background.
Yep. Well done. Yeah. Richard Hart wants to bring people onto his new chain. Basically, if you got one of those mail pieces, and I don't have my hands on one yet, that you are one of the first ones. These are probably going to be mailed out for the next 6 to 12 months. There is such a large quantity of these things going out. So you are early, not only for mail pieces, but in regards to the crypto cycle. And crypto goes in cycles, just like real estate, stock market, and all that. So Richard Hart's vision is to give everyday people like yourself, myself, stylist, a chance to become millionaires by being early to his blockchain. And it's literally at the price floor or near the price floor PulseChain is. So this is a rare opportunity. Like Stylist said, Richard Hart's the founder of Hex, also pulsechain.com, of course. He's known as a bold, polarizing figure that will not take no for an answer. He's just one of those guys. He's rumored to be a multi-billionaire, and he's an extremely influential person in the crypto world. But
he's also highly intelligent. He was a member of Mensa. He was diagnosed to be like a genius as a child. So he's an incredibly high IQ. Wow. If you watch his videos, it's apparent he's not of a normal level of intelligence.
Yes. Yeah, if you've ever watched him debate, you can find his channel. It's probably Richard Hart on YouTube. Watch some of his videos, his debates. He's top dog. But
He's
enough about Richard.
savage. He's a savage debater.
Savage, yes. So why crypto? I mean, why should people be interested in crypto, Stylist?
Well, first of all, crypto is the fastest appreciating asset class in the history of mankind, and we are early. And I was just listening to a stream today where a person was talking about um, we're watching money becoming available on the internet, and it's going to be also transacted and spread throughout the internet. So that's what it's happening right now. So it is truly a financial revolution, and it is the chance for a normal person like myself who works on salary to take a small amount of money, or normal, like a let's say $10,000, and to turn that 100x is $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
It's $1 million, and 100x in crypto is not uncommon.
Yes.
So it's a chance to really change your financial position to achieve financial freedom. It's a chance to save your family, and for all of us for all the people who are depending on the fiat currency system, which is a failing system, and the inflation is at such a pace, and it's so debilitating that the money that we're making and saving in our lifetime is going to be worth so much less by the time we will depend on that for retirement. It's actually going to become a crisis. So for those of us who are in cryptocurrency, we have the chance to save ourselves from this future disaster.
Yeah, and I would argue that it's already a disaster. Fiat currency it's a wreck. I mean, we've all been to the grocery store lately. My wife goes, and it might be 6 months before I go again, and the prices are up. And I'm like, what? It's how much for a dozen eggs? This is crazy. So from my perspective, crypto solves the problem of inflation, middlemen like banks, and delays. Like I can send Crypto Stylist money right now instantly, and it doesn't even matter that she's in Korea. I can send it to her. So it's borderless and it's trustless. It runs 24/7 and it removes all the middlemen. So crypto is the future. There's only about, I want to say, like maybe 4 to 8% of the world's population.
It's 6.5.
Thank you. 6.5% of the world's population involved in crypto right now. And eventually everyone will be involved in crypto. So you can imagine the opportunity. And the opportunity not just to hold crypto, but again, get involved in the industry. But we don't need to go there. just holding tokens could be life changing.
To give you some context of the size of the crypto market and the opportunity that still is ahead of us. So the crypto market right now is approximately $4 trillion for all of crypto. Mm-hmm. And gold is 22.5. The last time I checked, it could be a little bit more, a little bit less right now. So we have, just to get to the gold level of gold, that would be over 5 times the value. So if you can imagine what else is going to give you a 5x in a short amount of time, that's not really real estate. It's really hard to find an asset class that will yield such kind of returns. So crypto is still very, very early.
Yes. And I missed a slide. I have some slides. I'll pop this one up. Here's Richard Hart. There he is. You can follow him on x.com/richardhart.win. And we were talking about X's. And here's an example of some other layer ones like PulseChain and their performance over a 1.4 year, their first 1.4 year performance. AVAX doing a 56x and so on. So the average of all of those 7 L1s was 656x. What is PulseChain going to do? We don't know. But I think stylists would agree that we have a hunch that if Richard Hart has anything to do with the performance of PulseChain, and he does, he's going to ensure that it outperforms the average 656x. And that's just those. You can throw some other ones in the mix and their performance even is greater than that.
Banana, are you able to go through some of the numbers that we talked about last week with the number of these tablets that are going out? And if 1% were to, put
Yeah.
in 1,000 or the amount of money and what impact that would have and the kind of X's that would produce on PulseChain? Yeah.
Absolutely. I posted something on Twitter this week. You probably saw it. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'll try to drop my link in the chat. But okay, let's assume there are 10 million of these mail pieces going out, which is a huge number. It could be more, it could be less, but my understanding it's millions, and I think 10 million is a good from the intel that I've gathered. So let's say if 2%, I'm going off the post that I made, if 2% received, 2% actually respond to the mail piece and get into PulseChain, that would be what would that be? 200,000. There'd be 200,000 people getting into PulseChain. Now, I did a poll on Telegram because I'm like, how much did people put into crypto in their first 6 months? I had 120 responses. So that's very good. I think I got a very good data, good average. It was $24,000 average input. But all the people that responded to the poll are the die-hard crypto people that have been here for a long time. So I reduced that by 12,000. So let's say a 2% response rate, 200,000 people input $12,000 into PulseChain in their first 6 months. Could be less, some are going to be more. 12,000. That would be $2.4 billion of buy pressure on PulseChain. That's not accounting for any sell pressure or any organic growth. $2.4 billion of buy pressure, which would. Are you ready for this? Did you see my post, Stylus? 70,000x.
What?
70,000.
70,000%, 70,000x.
$1 becomes $70,000. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. This is crypto. Things get crazy. Did I say that's going to happen? I did not say that's going to happen. I'm just saying the possibility exists for massive gains on PulseChain. Wow. Did that answer your question?
It did. And I think that you did a poll on Telegram where you asked people in the Telegram chat how much they invested in PulseChain in the first few months, 3 months,
6 months,
6 months. In the first 6 months, how much they each invested in PulseChain. And wasn't the average amount $24,000?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
over 100 people answered, right? It was a pretty extensive poll. So 12,000, I think I think that's good. I think that's good. 12,000 is a good number for the first. 2%, I think, is conservative, but it's still, that's a conservative projection. So mathematically speaking, I think that this is a really powerful marketing campaign, not only for the number of these tablets that are going out, but from the stickiness of this tablet. This tablet is one of the #1 bestsellers on Amazon. And it's the kind of thing that you keep and you use and you reuse and you reuse and you keep it around. So I think that, again, the stickiness of it is very, very powerful. And I think that it's a very clever marketing tool. So in the beginning, it was interesting to see people really making fun of the tablet and saying it's like trailer trash or it's so stupid and whatnot. And I think that those are people who just don't understand marketing. They're just so quick to say something. And what those people don't, those haters don't understand is that when they start talking about it, they're actually marketing. So thank you.
Yes, it works. And I think the later models of this device are going to have a magnet on them. So people can put them on the refrigerator, put your grocery list and all that.
X.com, PulseChain.com.
Yeah, come join the revolution. So Ethereum, so PulseChain is a fork of Ethereum. Ethereum is more like the, what do you call it? The corporation's chain. And PulseChain is the people's chain. That's how it's been posed. So shall we go to PulseChain.com?
Let's talk a little bit about to give people an idea who don't know what PulseChain is. I think PulseChain.com does a really good job just explaining some of the key metrics.
And what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is trying to make this as simple as possible, eliminate as many steps as possible, because we understand, Stylist has been there, I've been there. When you come in as a no coiner, as the industry term is, it can be overwhelming. So I actually set up a chat. I set up a Telegram chat that you guys are invited to, and I'll drop the link in the chat there. I should post it up, but I don't have it where I can post it. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
There we go.
Great.
And so jump into my chat. You can ask any questions, and there are experts in there, my friends, stylists, others, to answer any questions. Okay, PulseChain.com. That is where you're directed on the device to go to. And here it is, PulseChain.com. So you're wondering, like, how do I get on? How do I get involved in this crypto world? Well, if you want to get onto PulseChain, you are going to need to take some of your fiat, which is your dollars, and convert it to PLS. And we're going to talk about 3 different ways you can do that. You can set up an account on OX Coast. You can buy with a credit card on Ramp Now, or you can come over from a centralized exchange. So let's talk about all 3 of those. So coming over from OX Coast, you would literally go to this website. This is a Pulse friendly. This site was developed by a PulseChain, we call them. And you can set up an account. And I'm not sure, honestly, the steps to get over, but it's going to be not the most amount of steps, but you can figure it out. I think, what can you say about coming over from OX Coast?
From OX Coast, it's really good for people who want to, who are serious about crypto and are transacting often. It's because it takes you directly to PulseChain. You don't have to bridge over. And you can also do larger amounts of money. You can do larger transactions, whereas when you buy on, for example, Ramp Now, which is the other platform that's recommended on this website. Ramp Now, you can use your credit card, and it's very, very easy. And you have a limit of 3,500. But for OX Coast, depending on whether or not you do a transfer or like a wire transfer, or is it a Swift transfer? What's the other transfer? So it's the wire transfer actually gives you the least amount of the largest budget that you can spend.
Yes.
And then it's also OX Coast is a really great place when you want to go from crypto back to fiat. You can onload, you can on ramp, and also off ramp onto OX Coast. So it is a very valuable tool. But if you're super new to crypto, you just want to get a little bit of exposure to PulseChain, Ramp Now is a really good way, because you can just literally use your credit card, and then it will send you Pulse.
Yep, and you can pay with all these currencies once it populates. I'll show you. And I have an account at OX Coast, which works closely with Old Glory Bank, and you can send from OX Coast to your Old Glory Bank and have dollars at the bank, and you can go in reverse also. But that can be a little complicated. So this, like, in my opinion, Stylist, would be my preference. I have not actually done this. I have not used this, but you can come over from euros, dollars, PLN, all these different tokens. And that is a list, man. I don't know that I have ever seen such a variety of tokens that you can swap from. And then the limit is, I want to say, the limit is 10,000 euro or dollar. If you're coming over with dollars, I think it's 3,500. Yeah, 3,520.
We said 3,500 before.
Okay. So you pay your 3,500, for example, or 1,000, whatever it is, and you will get PLS. And then you can pay with a Visa, Apple Pay, or Google Pay. And then you continue. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have to input a wallet address. And that's where we get into setting up a wallet. And Stylist and I have talked about this. Did you want to make any comments on this?
Yeah, for the wallet, you can use MetaMask is the most common, and so that's what maybe a lot of people are familiar with, which works perfectly fine. There's also Rabby.io, which is a wallet that a lot of people like because the UI is very good. But the wallet that was made for PulseChain by a Pulsican and that I find to be a really amazing user experience is Internet Money. And on pulsechain.com, there's a link to Internet Money. So you could click directly onto the Internet Money. It says to prepare your wallet. You set up your wallet and you just follow the steps there. There is a video in the chat that Banana put in with a video of by Crypto with Colin. Did a really amazing video showing you how to buy PulseChain. And he specifically shows you the step by step how to set up Internet Money Wallet. So I think it's a really fantastic video. If we have time, we're going to play some clips from that video during this stream today. But that is these are the wallets that we recommend. Of course, there are other wallets. You don't have to use these, but Internet Money, because it's set up for PulseChain, it makes it really easy to use with the network. It's compatible.
Yep. And there's a third way to come over to PulseChain, and that is from a centralized exchange like a Kraken or a Coinbase. So what you would do there is go to Coinbase, set up an account. You're gonna have to put in your all your ID, take pictures, and all that stuff, and then you'll have an account on Coinbase, and you can buy from their platform. You can buy Ethereum, send your Ethereum to your wallet. Then from your wallet, you would bridge it over to PulseChain. And in that instance, you're going to come to pulsechain.com and select bridge and go through that process.
That is one way, and I really like the PulseChain bridge. I've used it many times, and I've never had any issues. But there is a new protocol out called LibertySwap.finance.
True.
And Liberty Swap is really amazing because the fees are very, very low. It is, I think, 0.3%. So if you're sending over $100, it's 30 cents. The fee would be 30 cents. And you can, what you would do in that instance is you would buy, let's just start with Coinbase because that's what everybody knows and it's so familiar and so easy to use. So at Coinbase, you would buy Ethereum because you need that for your gas fees, and you would buy USDC. You would send both of those to your wallet onto the Ethereum through the Ethereum network. And then once you're on the Ethereum network, you would send over the USDC, and then you would buy through the USDC. You would buy whichever token it is that you want to buy. You could buy Pulse, PulseX, PDI. There's a lot of there's SolidX. There's a lot of tokens on here that you can buy. You can choose, and but you have to use USDC. So you would need both USDC and Ethereum. Just a small amount of Ethereum for gas fees. I would say like $10, and then the rest you could put in USDC.
Yes. And the way you work with these applications, because this is actually not just a website, it's an application, you connect your wallet to you connect your wallet to it. So once you've got your Internet Money wallet, you connect it to this D app, and then you can transact. Is now a good time to show the video from the
Let's show some of the video because I think he explains it so well.
Okay, let's do that. And I've got to give me a second. I got to pull it up.
Okay.
Got to pull up that tab. All right, because I have to show you have to show a tab on StreamYard in order to share the audio. Okay, this gentleman does an excellent walkthrough. Like Stylus and I have looked at several videos, and this one. This guy just walks you through step by step. So pay attention and pick up some stuff. Pick it up.
Learn how to build real wealth using a macro strategy and building a conviction-based portfolio. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a Internet Money wallet, which is the name of it, and how to actually buy these tokens on PulseChain using Liberty Swap Finance. Really easy, really simple, and really cheap and fast to use. So if you like this type of content, make sure you smash that like button, drop me a comment down below. And yeah, if you're not yet subscribed, do that too. But let's get started with the video and show you how to do this. All right, the first thing that we're going to want to do is over here on this website, we are going to get ourselves the wallet, the Internet Money wallet. I'm not going to show you how to go to an exchange and buy crypto, from a centralized exchange such as Coinbase or Kraken or Binance or anything like that, I'm going to assume that you already know how to do that. You already know how to turn your fiat into some sort of crypto on a centralized exchange. What I want you to do now on that centralized exchange is to send yourself some crypto USDC, preferably. The best thing, you're going to want to have that in your wallet. Plus, you're going to want to use some or have the native token for the blockchain that you're going to go to as well in your wallet for gas fees. All right. So if you've never used a Web3 wallet, your own personal wallet that's on your browser or anything like that, well, you're going to start to learn how to do that right now. Okay. So what you're going to need to use, let's say we're going to use Ethereum. We're going to be consistent here and use Ethereum. You're going to need ETH for gas fees for the transactions, but you're also going to want to have some USDC in that wallet to be buying these cryptos. So if you're on, for example, Coinbase, make sure you send yourself over a bunch of USDC that you want to plan on buying all your crypto with, and then also send yourself some Ethereum that you could pay for the gas fees while you're doing so. But first, before we can even do that, we need our wallet. We need to set up a wallet. And we're going to use Internet Money Wallet. If you use MetaMask or Rabby or anything like that, hey, you're good. You're already set up with that, right? But I'm doing this for the beginner that doesn't have one yet set up. Or maybe you want to use this wallet because it's actually pretty cool and really easy to use and compatible with PulseChain. So on this website here, this is the best way to do it. Never go directly to one of these app stores and just start searching for this wallet. You want to make sure that you come to this website and click on the link on this website. For example, I'm going to get this for Chrome because I've got a Chrome browser set up right here. I'm going to click on the Chrome web browser box right here. It's going to open up the Chrome store. I'm going to then click on where it says add to Chrome. I'm going to add the extension and you'll see, well, you probably can't see my browser up here, but what I'm going to do is make sure it's right here. I'm going to make sure that I click on my extension selections in here like this and make sure I click on pin. So I pin it to my browser so it's easy to find. Then I'm going to go back and open up that wallet. And now I'm going to set up this wallet. It's very easy to do. Make sure you got yourself a pen and piece of paper so you can write down the information that you need to write down. What we're going to do is put our little check mark in this little circle here, first of all, so that we acknowledge what we're doing, right? We're either going to create a new wallet or we're going to import an existing wallet. So if you already have an existing wallet that you want to import to Internet Money Wallet, well, you're going to click on import wallet and either import the private key or import your seed phrase. We're going to start off fresh and click new wallet. It opens up in a big browser here, in a big page in a new tab in your current browser, that is. Okay, we're going to click continue. We're understanding all the basics here, right? You can read it on your own time. So we're going to click I understand, and we are going to set up another password. Then click continue. It's generating your seed phrase like this here. So just forget all these. These are supposed to be private. All right, I'm only kidding here. I'm not actually going to use these seed phrase. I'm not going to use these 24 words. 24 is more secure than 12 too. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to click on confirm. I understand what I'm doing here and everything, right? And I've copied them down. I know what they're going to be private. Keep your seed phrase and keep your private key. Keep these private, secure, hidden. Nobody can see it. Do not ever give this to anybody, no matter how much you like them. Okay, don't give it to anybody. This is private. Absolutely, very, very, very important. Okay, now click on get started. You're inside the wallet. Now you can open it up in your little extension. It will be there. You can do it that way too, but it's opening up in a browser right now, which is pretty cool because I got a bigger picture I can show you now with things. So here we are, and it opens up directly in the Pulse network because it was built for PulseChain, guys. So this is pretty cool. So we've got the network right here. If you want to change your different networks, you see where it's got this little PulseChain logo right here? Click on it. It gives you other networks that you can choose from. They're already here. You don't have to add them, okay? If you want to get over to, for example, Ethereum, just click on Ethereum. Click on yes, I want to switch to networks. And you see it switch to Ethereum just like that. Really cool, okay? If you want to remove the networks, add new ones, you can just click these buttons, use it that way. Go where it says wallet, click on wallet, and you got all this other stuff down here. We can go over it in another video, right? But we want to add account, remove account, hide balances. You're going to check your transaction history. It's all right here. And what we can do is we'll see add accounts. You can add more. I'll show you this, for example, right now. What I like to do, what I personally do is this. I've got this account number 1 set up, just like you've seen that. You could see my seed phrase if you really want. It doesn't really matter because I don't use it. I don't put anything in this account just like this. It's a demo. It's a front door, whatever you want to call it, right? In fact, you can label it. You can change it. But what I do is I click on where it says add accounts and I add new ones, okay? Like this, you see? You can create a new one, you can import another account, or you can connect a hardware wallet. I personally click hardware wallet and add Trezor. So I use a Trezor hardware wallet with whatever I'm doing. That way my private key and my seed phrase is in the Trezor hardware wallet. So I connect just like that with the Trezor wallet. You can add as many as you want, right? But we're gonna go and we're gonna click on where it says account number 1. I'm gonna open this up. And right here at the top right-hand corner, you see where it says, or it's got this little wheel, right? It's a settings wheel. Just click on this, and then you could change where it says account 1, change it to whatever you want, such as demo, and then click save changes. and you'll see it says demo. So I can change it and you can label your accounts whatever you want, right? Now, inside here, you'll see it says buy, swap, change, buy. You can buy crypto, so you can buy right in here if you want to do that. However, I don't really advise to because it's a lot more money. It's a lot more fees buying your crypto right here. But hey, if you're stuck and you just want to buy it here with your credit card, you can do so, all right? So we'll click back. You've got the swap or the change. We'll see change. When you click on change, what you're doing is your swap. If you got more than one account in your Internet Money Wallet here, you can transfer within your accounts right in here, okay? Go back. If you have NFTs, they're gonna be in here. If you wanna swap, you can swap in here too. Now, again, I don't usually advise that to swap within your wallet because there's usually higher fees to do so when you're swapping within the wallet. We'll go back, and if you wanna send somebody crypto, you click on send. If you wanna receive crypto, you're gonna click on receive right here, which is what we're going to do right now because we want to now receive our Ethereum and our USDC coins from, for example, Coinbase. So what we do is we just click on where it says receive, and you'll see right here, this is a QR code. So if you're using your mobile and you want to scan the QR code, you can do that. Or you can copy this address like this, or you can just click on the word that says copy. This is the address that you're going to send because we're also on the Ethereum network still, remember? Right? So we're going to click copy. This is the address that you're going to send your Ethereum to, as well as your USDC tokens to here. So let's say you want to buy $1,000 worth of crypto. You're going to make sure that you send $1,000 worth of or 1,000 USDC coins to this address, as well as sending a bit of Ethereum to this address so that you have that for gas fees. We'll then click the back arrow and go back here, and you see this is the network that we're on is the Ethereum. That's why we're doing it that way. So now then, once you've done that, you have your Ethereum in this wallet, and then you also have your USDC in this wallet. You're all set to now go and buy some tokens on PulseChain, PLS, PLSX, HEX, whatever other tokens you want on there, right? Very easy now. Where we're going to do that, we're going to go over to the Liberty Finance or Liberty Swap Finance, which is this webpage right here, okay? So on this webpage right here, you're going to then connect your wallet, the first thing that you're going to do, okay? So you're going to go over in the top right-hand corner, or you can use this button right here. But if you go over and you click on where it says connect wallet, you will see a selection of wallets that you can choose from. Now, if you're using the Coinbase wallet or the MetaMask or any other wallet that's in here, you just select it. But the Internet Money Wallet is the first one right here. We're going to click and it brings up a little window like this, okay? Now, if you don't see this Internet Money one here because I was recently using it, but if you don't see that right here, you just click on where it says view all and you'll see a more selection of wallets that you could choose from. You could also search for it, right? But you'll see it's right here. It's got the $sign. It's got the internet right here. This is what it is. So you'll just click on it, connect, wallet's connected successfully. Very easy, just like that. But you see it's also open up in this tab. We're going to go back over to Liberty Swap Finance and you will see that we are connected. Okay. See that your wallet address is in here. It's connected right up at the top right-hand corner. You can see that. Everything is set up, ready to go. If you go to your top right corner of your browser and you click on the little icon for the Internet Money Wallet, you could do it that way, open up your extension. Because we were already right in the web page, I got to log on to the extension part right here, which just put in your password. Logged in and you'll see it's got this little window here that opens up. You know, click over here, go back, open up the extension. You'll see it's just like that, just like MetaMask or Rabby used to, you know, how they work the same way. It just opens up this way. Okay, so now that we're connected to Liberty Swap Finance, and we have our USDC, we have our Ethereum in our wallet, we are then going to buy the tokens that we want on PulseChain. Using Liberty Swap Finance, this website, this cross-chain swap is really cool. I really like this, this onboarding tool because it's going to onboard a lot of people. I really believe that. But this is a really great bridge to use. Okay, number one, it's simple. Number two, it's cheap. Number three, it's private. Okay, number 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a whole bunch of great reasons, but we're going to stick with those right now. We're going to choose right here's the top. Right here, we're going to swap from the top to the bottom. We're on Ethereum. We got USDC, so we're going to click right here and we are going to choose USDC on Ethereum, just like that. Now, this is what you go back to. This is all you have to choose from right now. Okay, you got USDT, but that's on Binance Smart Chain. We're going to click I keep with our USDC on Ethereum, just like this. And just to show you how cheap this is, well, first we'll keep it on USDC, okay, before we select Pulse or anything like that. And look down here, right here, the rate, okay, 1-to-1, because it's USDC to USDC. The time is about 2 to 3 minutes to take to go across a chain, across the bridge and into your tokens, okay? And the cost, the fee is 0.3%, not 3%, not 1%, 0.3%. That is super cheap, you guys. You don't see that on a bridge. You don't see that somewhere. You barely see that just swapping or sending or, yeah, it is super cheap to send or to cross-chain swap, right? Look at this. You don't understand how cheap that is? $100, 100 USDC into USDC and PulseChain, that's $99 $99.70. That means it's 30 cents to send it across the bridge into your wallet on PulseChain. Unbelievable. Ridiculously cheap and fast and simple to use. Now, because we've connected our wallet to this protocol, Liberty Swap, to make the swap, we put in 100. We're going to get there 99.7. We connected our wallet. This address automatically appears. Your destination address is right here. Okay? That's where it's going. It's your same address. That's your address in the Internet Money wallet. All right? Because you connected it. So it's right here. Very simple. Then all you got to do is click swap. And in a couple of minutes, you will have your $99.70 worth of USDC in your wallet. Just like that, on the PulseChain network. Now, here is one of the super cool features with this is maybe you want it to go to a different address. In other words, you want to take advantage of the privacy feature here and send it to another address that's not, known by anything, all right? It's disconnected. The line's cut off, right? What you do is you just click on this X and you add another address in here. Maybe you want to send some PLS to your mom. Maybe you want to send it to your buddy. Maybe you just want to send it to your other address, like I'm saying, and keep things private. It's very easy to do. You paste that address right here, okay? Or you go back and you keep your current address, just like that. Now, if we want to be buying a whole bunch of these different coins, these different tokens on PulseChain, you can start off, of course, with the USDC. If you want to have some stable coins over there, for sure, you can do that, right? But really, the first token, the first one that you should be getting is going to be right here. We're going to be selecting PLS. Okay, why? Because if we're on that blockchain, we're on that network, we're going to need PLS for gas fees. Just like on Ethereum, you need ETH for gas fees. On PulseChain, you need PLS for gas fees. Plus, we're here because we want to start stacking PLS, right? Okay, so start stacking some PLS right here. $100 is going to give you 2.274 approximately, 2.2 plus million to PLS tokens, just like that. And then once you've done that, you can go over and you can select, maybe you want some PLSX, all right? Buy some PLSX. After you do that, maybe you want to buy some HEX. Buy some HEX, just like that. After you do that, maybe you want some INC. Buy some INC tokens. Just open this up and start selecting which ones you want. Which of these core tokens do you want, right? Maybe you want some PDI, just like that. It's easy to get, okay? So Liberty Swap Finance. This is really, really simple to use. Really cheap to use. Really fast. I really like Liberty Swap Finance, and I know you're going to really like this too. So that's it. That's how you come over here and you start buying these tokens on PulseChain, just like that. Well, what about all those other ones? What about all those other meme coins or anything else that's on PulseChain that's not selected here? Well, first thing, bridge over your PLS, bridge over some USDC if you want to do it that way too, but make sure you have your PLS over there, and so that you can go over to the PulseChain and start buying whatever you want to buy, right? But once you've done that, then you can go and you can head over to pulsecoinlist.com or PulseX or any of the dexes over.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, that's good. And I think at the time he shot this video, the limit that you could send over the bridge was like $2,500, but now it's $15,000. So it's a pretty good sum of money, and it will constantly be increasing because it's pretty new. LibertySwap.finance. So as time goes, you can it'll become incrementally larger, the amounts that you'll be able to send over.
Yeah. Yep. And there is so much to crypto, guys. I'm really going to encourage you to join my Telegram and ask questions and get, I have a list in there of people that you can follow on YouTube and Twitter and learn about crypto. I mean, there are some important things like using a hardware wallet, which is not a soft wallet like we just showed you. Never sharing your seed phrase, being aware and careful about scammers. You just got to use your head a lot in crypto. There is a security course, a free security course that my buddy DJ Khaled is offering to you, and the link for it is in the description of this video. He sells it for like $25. It's a 90-minute, I think it's more like, yeah, it's about a 90-minute course broken up into videos. And it's excellent. It's free. And it's we're giving it to you just for watching this video. So the gentleman in that video mentioned some other tokens that you can buy once you have PLS, the native tokens. Once you have PLS, you can buy, like he said, you can buy all the tokens on PulseChain. You can swap for all of them. But there's one that Stylus and I are involved in. And it's one of the reasons that we're creating these videos, because we feel that the people coming over to PulseChain are almost, how do you put it?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, they're going to be overwhelmed but it's almost like we owe it to them to get this token in front of people, because we believe everybody on PulseChain should have exposure to this token, and it's PTGC, Pulse, the Gray's currency. It's literally an index of the best tokens on the chain. So by holding PTGC, you hold many of the tokens that gentleman was highlighting at the end of the video. And PTGC pays you passively just for holding it. It's a reflections token. So you hold it in your wallet and it pays you every single day. Did you want to make any comments about PTDC?
It's also, not to get too technical, but it's deflationary. So every day the supply becomes lower and lower and lower. So it becomes more scarce, and scarcity drives value up. That's just a natural law of economics. And so to this point, we've burned how much? Banana, is it 13%? Well, let me look.
PTDC, I think it's 9.5%.
No, it's higher than that, I think. It's higher than that. Well, hang on.
And I track the metrics, I should know. Yeah, it's more than 12.
Yeah, it's like 13. It's almost 13%. Yeah.
Nice.
So 13% has been burned, and it's less than just under 2 years old. But in the 2 years that it's been up, it's had zero downtime. There has been no controversy. It's totally trustless. So there's a founder, but there's no CEO. There's nobody controlling it. Now it's the code, and it's just going to go forever. And so it's the reason why crypto was invented was for projects like this. There's nobody that can rug you.
Yes, so true. Okay, so join my Telegram. That's where you can get a lot of your questions answered. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to be early on an L1, a layer one going into its first cycle. L1's going into their first cycle, make their most gains. You can start small, learn, grow. Go to pulsechain.com, use the resources that we've described to you. And yeah, I think that's a wrap.
Okay. We'll be here every week. So if you have any questions, just reach out to Banana or myself. I'm at Crypto Stylist on X, so you can reach out to me there.
Yes, and I am at Prairie Banana on X. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.